So our next candidate this evening is Santos Limon. Santos Limon is a candidate for Texas 23rd Congressional District, and he is running against Republican incumbent Tony Gonzalez. Welcome, Santos. I'm so glad you're here. Can you introduce us to you and why you're running for office?
Thank you all. Thank you for having me. I remember the first time I came walked into the Bexar County Democrat, and I came across Mothers Against Greg Abbott, and I've been a fan ever since. And I've been chasing you around, and just keeping an eye, on making sure you guys are safe, and being looking forward to the opportunity to join you. I know you do that bus ride and bus tour, and I'll be again, like I said 7 months ago, I'll be thrilled and honored to join you in that ride. So thanks for having me. So I'm running for Congress, Congressional District 23rd, which is the largest. It goes from Southwest San Antonio all the way to El Paso and everywhere, including 800 miles of border, a border where I am from. I grew up in Del Rio and proudly graduated from Del Rio High School. I then started my college years at Southwest Texas Junior College before heading out to labor schools in Maryland. And then the University of Nebraska was supporting a growing family and working at Union Pacific Railroad. After nearly 12 years, I left Union Pacific to start my own engineering, design, and energy company, which today supplies materials to the and services to the Permian Basin. I am running because together we can do a much better job than what we are seeing today. The 23rd indeed now faces serious challenges, and it seems Republicans spend all their time on political theater rather than doing the job that they were elected to do. As far as back as I can remember, I have been working, helping my grandfather and father in their auto mechanic shop, putting myself through school, and continue to grow within the community. I belong to the San Felipe Lions Club, the International Lions Club. I also belong to a Lions Club International in Saltillo, Coahuila, Mexico. I've been a Lions Club member for over 14 years. And I'm also a Knights of Columbus member. And I belong to other nonprofit organizations, which I participate. So I've been doing entrepreneurship and been advocating for human dignity, helping out those less fortunate throughout the world. And now I'm doing a lot through my community. So as a candidate, I started working within my campaign, forming coalitions, which I'm going to be sending out my progress report, which I think is very important, because I haven't just been running a campaign. I've actually been working as a candidate, trying to understand the district, the needs of our constituents. It is a large district, one of the largest districts in our nation. And it's been a tough campaign, but every day that goes by, that the district keeps getting just smaller and smaller and smaller. We have full support from the entire community between El Paso, San Antonio, and everything in between. So right now, I'm enjoying it because I'm having fun for the first time in over 2 months, and I'm just enjoying it and having fun. So thank you for having me.
Yes. So thank you so much, Santos. So can you tell us what are the top three most important issues that you are running on for your district?
The first and main issue for me has now been, and I say and I phrase it like how I've been saying it out there in my town halls and all, order at the border. It's something that being from Del Rio, Texas, we need order at the border. People think, oh, we need order at the border. And the first thing that comes to mind, due to the political theater that the Republican Party has put out there, people would think, yeah, order at the border means undocumented folks. That's just an issue that have been with us for over 200 years. Order at the border means protecting our federal immigration agents from the bullies up there in Austin. That's why I now say that we need order at the border. Our federal agents are being bullied by local police officers, state troopers, not just from the state of Texas, but state troopers from Florida, from Oklahoma, and from other neighboring states. And that's not fair. We need order at the border. But what I mean by that is we need to install throughout our southern border, we need federal immigration judges. Again, people think, okay, well, federal immigration judges is just to process the asylum seekers, protect all these undocumented folks, elderly now. We're seeing elderly crossing the border now, and children. Numerous amounts of children are crossing our border, undocumented children. So order at the border doesn't mean just a certain a group, it means everybody, everyone at the border. So by installing our federal immigration judges at the border, they will also protect our federal agents from the bullies again up from Austin. Having those federal immigration judges, they will stand up to the Texas, bullies that are out there just taking advantage of a system of this political theater that they've been playing for the past couple of months or now going on years, and that needs to stop. So that's why federal immigration judges at the border, we need them and we need them now. And we cannot just release our asylum seekers that qualify out to the open. We also need to install federal schools, federal immigration schools at the border. We need to educate our asylum seekers that qualify, elderly, men and women and children. We need to educate them before we send them out to the public. In those countries, the legal age of drinking is 16 years old. We need to educate them about our laws here in the United States. We need to let them know that private property, what it means not to get into private property. We need to teach them that in America, you put your seatbelt, you stop at a red light. Again, we need to educate our asylum seekers, protect them from being out there in the open, getting into trouble, because that is what's happening right now. A lot of them are getting into trouble because they're not familiar with our laws. So having federal judges at the borders alongside federal immigration schools to educate the asylum seekers is something that we must do immediately. I'm running also on reform and regulation. My view now is just common sense politics, just bipartisan, just common sense politics. We need reform and regulation. We need to reform our economic development systems that are out there. To this day, there's people at the border that were not aware of the Port Authority federal program that's been out there for over 20 years. Our borders at Del Rio border, Presidio border towns, Pass South, they were not familiar with this Port Authority government that's been out there for over 20 years. We've been having to work hard, educate our mayors, which right now at this moment, they're now seeking that application to submit it to the federal government. Just right now, after 20 something years, they are now finding out about that Port Authority. So again, we need reform and regulation. Our VA is in dire need of reform. Our health systems they're in dire. We need reform and regulation. We don't need
Okay.
to invent anything anymore. It's there. We just need reform and regulation.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening, Santos. So tell us, where can we find you and how best can we support you right now?
So my website is limonforcongress.com, and my Facebook account is Santos Limon at facebook.com.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Well, healthcare. I'm pushing
Oh,
health.
wait a minute. No, I meant where we can find you. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
I'm sorry. No, that's that.
No, I just didn't know. It seemed like maybe I cut you off a little bit early
Yes,
before you said, do you have any events going on this weekend
yes,
or?
February 15th, which is this Thursday at 6 p.m. I'm gonna have a meet and greet at the Bear County Democrat headquarters. 6 p.m. It's a meet and greet. I have something that I want to share with y'all. I'm calling it a progress report of 7 months. It's something that it's I just want to share with everybody, because again, as a candidate, I want to share what I've been able to do as a candidate. Just simple common sense work ethics, putting them out there to work. We have several coalitions within my campaign, and I have the whole entire district within those coalitions. Are actually, it's working, and it's an amazing thing. So if I'm able to do that as a candidate, I want to share that with other candidates, because it's amazing. A lot of times we don't have to be in politics to make a difference. We just have to get involved. So
Yeah.
thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I appreciate the time. God bless you. Los quiero mucho. Me emociona mucho estar aquí enfrente de todos ustedes y adelante. Let's keep going. Thank
Yes.
you.
Well, thank you so much. Gracias, Santos Limon. Thank you, mothers and others. We just heard from Santos Limon, who is running against Tony Gonzalez, which, he's not necessarily our favorite, but so we're really glad that he is brave enough and doing all the really good work and running against him. So thank you. Again, another candidate doing brave politics, and we love that.